y'all. It's been a minute. Sorry about it. Trying to get this page over here organized. But so I'm back. Welcome to my channel. It's your girl Rhonda. Let's do this thing because we got some things to talk about. I'm gonna do some things a little different this time. I decided to go ahead and add Love and Marriage Huntsville and some other shows that I've been reviewing prior to this. But I'm gonna go ahead and add them over here too. So any of the Love and Huntsville videos that you haven't already seen reviews of, you gotta slide over to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. I'm still gonna be over there, chopping it up with my girl ND, but trying to build this thing over here too. So we're gonna get started with Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I guess, these people had a whole lot going on. I was on my way home from work Saturday and I'm listening to my girl Jay Lee because apparently all these people were down at the parking lot in Destiny's Mazzani, whatever her store is called, Madani. And they got to fighting with each other and, the culprit, Miss Wanda. So that being said, I know y'all have seen every video of Mel and everybody made a video of Martell. Martell stayed out of the mess. Martell and Marceau, but I heard they were all up in fisticuffs down at the parking lot. But anyway, that shit had everybody super excited on Saturday, late evening. Then we got to Saturday night. The show was just, but I'm gonna get into it anyway. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it among, your friends and such. So let's do it. Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 4 episode, I don't know. I'll put that in there later. But so last week we left off with the housewarming over at Jalen's house. Kimmy and decided to throw a party with all her friends that don't like each other and invite them all over to Jalen's house. That way, if things get tore up, I guess they tear it up over there instead of at her house. But Wanda's still at the housewarming party acting a fool. She didn't went in there and called all of these ladies bitches. So Kimmy gonna fake check Wanda. No. That's what Kimmy's thing is like. No. We're not going to do that. We're not going to be calling people bitches. Marceau was over, talking to Maurice. He calls Wanda out for being an issue. Wanda is an issue. But so are you, Marceau. But we'll get into that. But I don't know what Wanda was in there. Who are you calling out doing that shit? This woman, I just so hate listening to her and looking at her. It's so unfortunate. I feel like if not for her, none of this clownery would have popped off over at the taping of the show. But Wanda is so beyond out of control. Kimmy and not Kimmy, Tisha and Marceau, they can take responsibility. And Kimmy too this time because Kimmy, you invited Wanda over to your house. I'm not sure why that's the thing. Why did you invite Wanda to the party? When your whole thing was, I need to protect my space and I don't want any drama. I have a feeling that you invited Wanda over there to distract folks from, your husband over here pretending like he ain't know about the party, the guys trip over in Atlanta, but that's neither here nor there. So anyway, Maurice and Marceau are having a side conversation with each other because Wanda has just come in and blew up and stunk up the place, calling people bitches and talking about their shoes and coming to box and all of that nonsense that she tends to spew. It's funny because Maurice referred to her as toxic while she over here on every live and any other thing that she could put out how Maurice is my boy and Maurice and the only person that could have calmed me down during that fight was Maurice. So Maurice thinks you're toxic because you are. Marceau is pressed because Wanda then went over there and told Tisha that he was in Atlanta. Now, he drove to Atlanta, all the way to Atlanta, didn't tell his wife because she didn't know he was there. Did he just come right back? That time when he drove to Atlanta with Chris, who claimed, I think, that he wasn't actually there, but, that's only hearsay. I don't know for sure, but did he come right back? He went just to get a picture of his back taken allegedly. I don't know. But Wanda told Tisha that Marcel said he was in a hotel. So was he in a hotel? He said no. We ain't talked to Maury Povich, so we don't know, about DNA and things of that such. But according to what it looked like, I'm looking at him right now. Like when you look at him, like his ears look real like the picture, like the other picture. I'm gonna see if I can find that picture. But it sure looked like them same ears in that picture. That man who was laying in the bed in the hotel in Atlanta when you went to Atlanta with a friend that you said was Chris, who said may or may not say he was or was not there. But anyway, Marcel said Wanda has nerve to be asking $30,000, on we calls a half-baked plan. Now, I done seen some of these potatoes with all kinds of stuff on it, and I just don't understand, like, the idea of a food truck with different, like, stuffed potatoes sounds like a really good idea, but I don't know if having them stuffed with macaroni and cheese and collard greens and cornbread and, it's Thanksgiving all on top of the nasty smashed potato that came out the rickety rackety food truck. And, since these people want to keep doing lives and posting stuff on the side, Stormy said the food was horrible, nasty. I don't know what the food truck is supposed to be, but this is how I feel about food truck. Wanda has such a horrible, nasty spirit. Like, food is supposed to be cooked for love, with love. Yeah, it's supposed to cook your food with love. And I don't want to eat Wanda's food. I feel like it would just not sit well with my spirit because she's such an angry little troll. Ugh. Anyway, Wanda went over to Marcel and them's family and disrupted everything once again with this story because she confronted him about the, picture of his back. I'm not sure that anybody's mother wouldn't be concerned that their son-in-law was being photographed in a hotel bed with someone that wasn't their daughter. Like, I would probably have an issue with that. And I might ask him about it, but that's neither here nor there because he seems to think that Wanda is tearing up his house and not the shenanigans that he keeps finding himself into, that he just innocently just keeps finding himself in. Also went all the way to Africa without his family. And his kids are old enough to understand what they see online. And I think they're also old enough to understand that that's not a cool thing. Like, I'm not sure why my dad went all the way to Africa without us. He left us here because he went to Africa alone. Okay. So they show Wanda just wandering around the house. She just wandering around looking for some trouble to get into because she called all these women bitches and they don't want to talk to her. Not for nothing, like nobody's mother is there. I had a friend, we're no longer friends. But she used to have get-togethers and we would be sitting around like, all her homies would be sitting around, we're chilling and drinking and what have you. And then her mother would show up. And her mother was not like a fun mom. She was just a vibe killer. And so now we all got to sit around here and not have fun anymore because her mother is sitting there. So I never really understood why, like, my kids are grown. A couple of them are grown. I still got one at home. But the grown children, like if they're having like a get together, I might roll through and say hi if they want me to, but I'm not staying around hanging around with them. So I'm not sure why Wanda felt like she needed to be prancing around in her cocktail dress at Jalen's housewarming just to come tell people leave Tisha alone, as if Tisha wasn't 40 damn years old and can't speak for her damn self. I don't even know what they did to Tisha. Nothing. Marcel said Wanda is destroying his life and she's not going anywhere. And that's unfortunate because she's not going anywhere. She's Tisha's mother. And so when you married Tisha, you married the whole situation that is Wanda. I might have wouldn't have married Tisha if I had to inherit Wanda as a mother-in-law because she's just, whoo, child. So Maurice mentioned the Atlanta trip, the one that he knows nothing about, or at least he didn't until Whitlow said something. I don't know why he bringing that up, but in the midst of Barstow saying how Wanda is like ripping his household apart, he leaned in and was like, well, before we go on this trip, you might want to get things straight at home. And Marcel is all like, everything's cool. Like, Tisha, trust me, I have nothing to worry about. Matter of fact, I need to like spread my wings and expand my business. And I need to take my ass to Atlanta and see if I can find a space for Black to be in Atlanta. And if Marcel happens to be having his event at the same time, well then, you know, double the pleasure, like killing two birds with one stone. Does Atlanta really need another smoke lounge? Like, anyway, Mel is preparing for her event. We're gonna leave that party over there. And Mel is preparing for her event, and her mom's comes over to help her. And she's like getting things all boxed up and, you know, getting her hustle on. So, you know, she's showing her mother the ads for her, you know, for her skincare line. And her mother's like, well, I liked one of the pictures. There was a picture of Mel standing there and I don't know, serving up body. I mean, she looked cute. It wasn't bad. It was like she had on a bodysuit and her like thigh was out. Her mother was like, ooh, touching the pearls. I don't know about that. I hope she doesn't change it, like for real, for real. I think at the event, like it was a more modest version of that photo, but the one with the thigh meat out was actually, you know, it was a cute picture. She says she's changing her last name, and I don't blame her because as her business grows and, you know, her company grows, I would definitely not want to have my business, my whole entire future attached to this dude here. Yeah. Well, Tiffany meets up with Kimmy. Nobody liked Tiffany at the reunion, but now everybody's having lunch with Tiffany because Tiffany don't have nothing to do with the linebackers and all of those things that happen. You know, everybody's trying to run over to Tiffany to have like casual conversation now. They chat about the housewarming and they chat a little bit about Stormy and Destiny. Stormy and Destiny are two very strong personalities. Destiny has such a stank energy that every time she enters the room, she seems to suck the happiness out of it. And I'm not sure why that is. I guess because, you know, she's going through whatever she's going through. And I don't know, she just seems to be aligning herself with mess. You know, she up in that room over at Jalen's house calling this girl sweetie and stuff. And not anyway. That's a lot of strong energy. Miss Stormy, who I definitely like a lot, is not no punk. So whatever Destiny got going on, I don't think Stormy's gonna be intimidated by any of that. She says that her and Maurice opened up a brokerage company. What are they doing? Well, I thought he was a lawyer. He's a lawyer that does credit cleaning. That is a broker. Child. Anyway, Tiffany talks about wanting to have a baby, and I felt like Kimmy was kind of discouraging it. Like she wasn't encouraging it, and you know, she was just like a downer. Like, are you really like trying to do that again? And you know, got to start all over. And Tiffany is like baseball games, and you know, Tiffany says, I like the baseball games. I like that. Tiffany is only 34 years old, Lord help her. She dressed like the church lady, but she's still young and at the age where I could see why she would want another baby. When she had her first child, she was really young, and it was all these other soulmate, other circumstances attached to it. So I get why at this point in her life, she does want to do it again. And like she hanging out with Destiny, hanging out with Mel, and they got little babies running around. And I could see, you know, why she would be in that place. Kimmy ain't trying to have no babies. I don't know how old she is, but I have a feeling she's probably close to my age. And that's the last thing I want on my list of things to do. So I get why that's not something she wants to do. She's raised her kids, and having a little baby, like she'll wait till Jalen have one for she can like play with it and take it back when she's done. And Jalen is a son. So generally, like, she really can take it back. It's not like when you have a daughter and sometimes they bring the baby back to your house, and that's a whole nother different story. But Jalen seems to be like very much independent on his own. So, I can see why she's in that frame of mind. But Tiffany, on the other hand, I get it. I get why she feels that way. She gonna have to feel like, her and Whitlow had so much advice for folks last year, and it seems like who's like the honeymoon already over? That's why Marcel told y'all that y'all can't give him no advice. That he, worry about yourself. I don't think advice trading for marriages is a good idea anyway, because people aren't even going through the same stuff or dealing with the same issues or none of those things. They talk about the guys' trip to Atlanta. And Kimmy is like, we didn't even know. Maurice didn't even know. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And you know he did. That's the thing, Kimmy. Like, that's weird that you're all of a sudden, I don't know. He don't know about the trip. He don't know nothing about no linebackers. He don't know about side chicks. He don't know nothing. So just leave him out of it. They were talking about girls' trips, and for whatever reason, they agree that they both don't like girls' trips. Well, if your girls' trips involve Mel and Destiny and what's that girl? This one. What's her name? Tisha. I wouldn't want to go on that trip either. But when you have fun friends, one that you actually like hanging out with, the girls' trip is a fun thing to do. Doesn't seem like Tiffany and Whitlow are having fun at the house, let alone on a vacation. I can't wait to see what Whitlow act like when he get away from her though. Like, okay, Whitlow. Martell meets with a tutor to talk about getting his business license, his builder's license, and I am happy about that. I will say this. Maybe like all the pressure for people talking shit about him and blogs and everywhere, like some people are not good test takers. I'm gonna say that. And so maybe all these years, like, first of all, I'm not gonna negate the fact that he's lazy and he thought like that he was gonna be able to use Mel's license and other folks' license. So I'm gonna say a little bit of the incentive was probably the things that he's heard people saying about him. But the other part is he's not getting Mel back. Like at some point, he's gonna have to like figure out his own way without her. Melanika, shout out to you, girl, because he said you were the one that encouraged him to do that. So if you needed to get, unfortunately, you lost Mel, your wife, but maybe Mel, your publicist or whatever her job is, was a lucky bet. And you said you've known her for your whole life. So that means the friendship is genuine, probably because she knew you before all of this stuff. He only has to get 26 right out of 40. I think he can handle that. I think a lot of times, like it was 7 years ago. 7 years ago, like I said, he wasn't a good test taker, but he's got 7 years of experience though that he didn't have. So probably taking the test would be much easier considering now you taking a test about stuff you actually know. Every other year I have to take a test to renew my license, and it's not hard because I do it every day. So whatever I don't know for fact, I know based on deduction and just it being my lifestyle and what I do. So I really feel like he's probably gonna pass the test. I hope he does, because just to show these other two clowns that this is supposed to be your boy. And y'all like making fun of him and his face and letting, I think, the show get in the way of, they're brothers though, Martell, so it is what it is. Y'all are all assholes as far as I'm concerned, but I would like to see him go ahead and get your license, child, and don't worry about the wine, because I don't know that that's your thing. They showed his house. So, because we didn't know where he was living all this time. It's a nice house. Now he can work on that lawn and all of that landscaping, which is probably right up his alley, and good therapy for him, and probably education for him while he's working on his studying for his builder's license. So now we get to Mel's launch party. Everything was beautiful. Hey, Bondi Blue, you look so pretty. I think everybody was really excited to see you. So I was like, hey, Bondi. I heard Bondi talk and everything. That was really cute. So Bondi was there. So Tiffany and Kimmy, and I think it was just Tiffany and Kimmy at first, standing around talking. Tiffany looked cute. Tiffany looked cute at the launch party, and she looked cute, like cute for Tiffany in her confessional. She didn't look like the church lady. Tiffany, I would love to be your Stones girl. If you're looking for some help, call me, because I think Tiffany, like underneath all of that, whatever she got going on, is a very attractive young girl, young lady. I'm not gonna call her a girl. She's a very attractive young lady, and maybe if you. Never mind. Tiffany and Kimmy discussed the guest list and why Destiny and Tisha aren't there. But Destiny and Tisha aren't there because men don't fool with them like that. And why would you be fooling with somebody, inviting somebody to your event that you don't mess with, child? They went back to show Mel kicking Tisha out of the party with the security. That's so embarrassing. I almost want to go back and watch that just to see how that transpired. Like, did she go over there to that party? I feel like Tisha was not invited and she showed up anyway, and then she went over there and they start arguing. I don't think she just like get out. I can't remember, but that was terrible. Mel, that was some shady shit. You had to have a lady thrown out of there like that. She was not even. That's embarrassing. But see, that's the same thing. Okay, so Mel keeps saying, I have nothing to do with the, breaking up your marriage, and it had nothing to do with me. But I keep saying it's one thing when it's just a rumor around your town. But when you bring into a platform like this, now we all sitting up here looking at Marcel's back and his ears at a hotel room. And Tisha has to live with everybody knowing, all of their business. It's out there on the blogs. And it is what it is. But that's why they're not invited, because I don't like them. And why would I invite them? That sounds stupid. Tiffany said, I think everybody should at least be able to get along and come together for these big events, and I wish they would stop saying that. Stop saying that. Everybody's in control of their own guest list. Kimmy, if you want to have Miss Wanda and all of the foolishness at your party, then do that. Mel don't want them at her party. See what happened when they all ended up together. Shoot, they down there in the parking lot. Mel got her titties flopping all over and the darn chasing Martell. Nobody wanted any of that. I think that's unfortunate though. Like, as entertaining as it was in the moment, I think it's unfortunate that y'all, I'm gonna say y'all, all y'all, let Wanda come in there with that foolishness and has turned things into this. Because I get that there's tension now between the group that used to be friends. And I'm gonna say a good part of it comes from Wanda and all the nonsense that she brings to the table. Like, she had a little bit in the beginning, and like every season, y'all have given her more and more till now. Like, this woman is on the internet all day, every day. Don't know what she's doing. So now people are being recorded because she on live while she's serving up bread and baked potatoes filled with, the kitchen sink. I don't know. Anyway. No, so don't be inviting people to your party you don't like. That's stupid. They weren't going to be no type of positive energy whatsoever. Stormy shows up. Stormy looks cute too. They all look beautiful standing there. She tells Tiffany that she missed her at the housewarming, and that her and Destiny spoke, and Stormy is like, she good, like she don't hold no grudges. And she doesn't have to hold grudges. She holds the bag. She holds the bag at Walmart, Target, CVS, and wherever they're carrying her products at. And I will definitely be checking for them because, you know, one, I want to support. You know, I like Stormy. I know she's spicy, but you know, spicy in a good way for me. She's cute as she can be, and calling all of them out for being fake as fuck because clearly they are, all of them. She's like, I ain't friends with none of these people. Not really. I'm just gonna know that one day they hate each other, the next day they're, you know, friends again. So I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. I ain't mad at you, Stormy. Stormy kind of doesn't need this too. So on one hand, the platform is good exposure because I'm sure it's gonna do great things for her business. Some people are going to be haters regardless. So there's that, but I'm definitely going to be on a mission to get some of her products for my cloth and see what happens. Me and my fam. Destiny, Destiny's not even there, and I'm talking about her, but I'm saying it because Destiny, you might want to quit foaming at the mouth and letting your emotions control how you behave in certain situations. You just need to calm your ass down because here you have somebody who was very much interested in sponsorship with you. And then the next day, or however long it was, you know, between y'all seeing each other, talking to her. So you're talking to her in business. Now you're sitting up here pouting for whatever reason. I got things going on, and because single mom, like we all got things going on, Destiny. So when you go to handle business, leave that shit somewhere. Nobody has sympathy for you because I don't know, because you and your baby daddy fight, you know. And that's that on that. Like it really, like other people don't care about that. Not when it comes to business. So when you show up places and your energy is like you're already feeling like you're unapproachable. People aren't saying you're aggressive, but you over here breathing hard and carrying on. And you need to learn how to balance your emotions and your integrity and business. That's it. That's it. Because Stormy doesn't seem like somebody is smart to burn bridges with just because you burned a bridge with Mel. And I think she was probably very forthcoming with, you know, information and helping you do your thing. And I won't say you burned a bridge with Stormy, but based on the way she reacts to people in this whole situation, she got her eye on you. So, you know, I'm just saying, Destiny, people are rooting for you, but if they don't like you, they're not gonna buy your product, whatever it is. Because I don't kind of have no interest. Like I'm curious about what Stormy got going on over there based on the way she's handling her business. And you over there with the store open sometimes and not open sometimes, and you know, this is coming and that we don't know what you're doing, Destiny. So you need to focus on that. Because this presentation that's going on over here that Mel is having, like, I mean, skincare is a rough, tough industry. I think for me it is because it's hard to do a lot of stuff without the expertise of an esthetician. A lot of people, not everybody can do everything, but when you're talking about milk baths and you know that kind of thing, definitely looked appealing. Anyway, they flash back to Tisha getting escorted out that party. That shit was too funny to me. So Kiki interesting thing. Ciao. Hey Stormy. Hi Stormy. Remember me? I was like, calm down. Hey girl. Like she made a whole interest in that ugly blue dress. She in that dress like, why you dressed like Miss Wanda with that ugly blue eyeshadow on and different color blue fingernails and a sparkly blue dress and a ponytail? Like Kiki need a stylist too, but let me just do one at a time because Kiki is just like Tisha. Her energy is the same. Like when she enters the room, like I feel the same kind of Lord energy. So Kiki goes in to, hey, Stormy, gives Stormy a hug. She goes in for the hug. And Stormy is like, she goes in for the hug, like, hey. And then she's like, do you remember me? And Stormy is like, kind of. Well, you're going to remember me when you hear my name. I'm Kiki. I'm from the party. I'm Tisha's cousin. She went straight into, I heard at the little Valentine's Day party, y'all had a lot to say about me and I wasn't around. Stormy was like, when I first seen that, I was like, that was rude, Stormy. You didn't have to dance off the lady. But then I was like, she did hug her. And then this lady went straight into like, I heard y'all were talking to me at the party. And Stormy was probably like, I'm not gonna get into that mess with you. And she, like she said, the way you and your cousin, how you do your family, and I agree with that. As much as I agree with that. Kiki, like there's no way for you to get around that you had no business talk about your cousin at the party, because now look, now you got to go everywhere defending that, and all you had to do was say, I'm not about to talk about my family, girl, with y'all. Ooh, Kiki looked at Tiffany and was like, was that shade? Yes, bitch, that's what that was, shade. You familiar with shade, girl. You've been shaded before. This ain't your first time. Stormy she ain't on it like that. And I feel like, first of all, going in for the hug was a lot. Like Kiki came in hot. She just went straight in and was ready to get with the mess. And first of all, we're at this event, this Mel's event. So Stormy is like, I'm not probably, getting ready to turn up in here with you. And for what? I don't care about any of those people. So I'm gonna go over here and sit in this chair and, chill. Dances off to the left. Kiki then goes to Kimmy and she's like, I spoke to Stormy and she was giving me dry shade. What is dry shade? I've never heard that expression before. Please, somebody educate me. I know what the shade is, but what happens when the shade is dry? Like she doesn't, I don't know. Kiki doesn't like dry shade. She's standing up there dressed like Miss Wanda with that ponytail on top of her head. Then she proceeded to complain to Kimmy about how she doesn't like dry shade. That's nothing, like, I'm not really into that. And Kimmy is like, she's right there. Like, you should tell her. She was like, well, I was just saying, like, when we met, like, I didn't know that there was any issue between like me and you. And Stormy's like, sure, okay. So whatever moment Kiki was trying to get, Stormy wasn't giving it to her because, she entered the room looking like a solid gold dancer and, in Wanda's dress. So it's time for the presentation. Mel looks amazing. She has this pretty black, like corseted dress and a pink wig, and it was just real cute. And she's standing up, talking about her business. She introduced the M&Ms, her children. I thought that was really cute. Not the M&Ms, they are the M&Ms, the little Mel and Martells. Her presentation was bomb. She did like a little, she had one girl over there demonstrating the face wash, how she's seen how she does the makeup removal. And then she started talking about, I'm the kind of friend that sets up a massage for you because I'm really into self-care. And she starts talking about the things that she does for her friends. They show Tiffany in the confessional was like, look here, I don't know what Destiny and Tisha got going on over there, but I'm not trying to be on that train. So I'm gonna stay over here and be a good friend to Mel, because Mel's a good friend to me. And okay, Tiffany, we gonna see. Because Destiny's not your friend. And now she wants to be your friend because she's on the alpha male. Remember, she couldn't stand your ass last year, but I couldn't stand you either. I'm still not a fan, but if you need a stylist, I'm here, here, girl. Kiki wants to pull Kimmy to the side. Y'all got Kiki, Kimmy, Marcel, Martel, I mean, it's so hard to say all these people's names. Anyway, Kiki wants to pull Kimmy to the side. She needs to get a better understanding of what went down at Mel's party and how things were relayed back to Tisha. So that's what her real problem is, because she has an issue that Kimmy went back to Tisha and told her that they were talking about her at that party. And I think Kimmy should have went back to Tisha and told her they were talking about her at that party, because at the end of the day, Kimmy has to make Maurice happy. Maurice will be happy if she's friends with Tisha. She don't need no drama as far as that's concerned. So yeah, that was what she was gonna have to do in that moment. We're doing it in front of a camera. Kiki, you do know that, right? And at the end of the day, I think like everybody thinks, Kiki, you were wrong. So regardless to what the purpose and how you said it and what you said, and Kiki said, I thought we were just speaking in confidence, like this was a private conversation. You having a conversation at a party in front of a bunch of people that you don't know, and I don't know how you thought that was in confidence. That was a nice try, Kiki. She was concerned about how Kimmy brought the information back to Tisha. I don't know why you're concerned about that, because I was going to tell Tisha. So that's neither here nor there. And you would have done the same thing had the situation been reversed. Kimmy said, I was surprised to see you there. And Kiki's like, I don't understand. That's the thing, I don't understand why people are surprised. And Kimmy's like, I've been here for 4 years and I ain't seen you at nothing until now. So that's why I'm surprised. And I don't know why you're acting like you don't know why we're surprised, because we're surprised because we haven't seen you at anything, Kiki. Just saying. Kiki says she wasn't around because she was being loyal to Tisha. Because with Tisha, if she's mad at somebody, then you got to be mad at somebody. Kimmy, you understand that, because this is the whole issue that you would have with Tisha this whole time. You've just stood your ground and decided that you were going to be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. But that's her cousin. That's her little cousin. They've been competing with each other since they were little children. So at the end of the day, if it was Tamika, oh yeah, she don't talk to you, I don't talk to you. That's pretty much how that's gonna go, because I'm feeling like if she's not talking to you, then she has a reason. The difference is Tamika is not Tisha. So if she ain't talking to you, then there's probably a reason why. And if you made her have a reason why, then I'm not talking to you either. But this is them, and they're just the light. And so I can see why Kiki felt like she needed to be loyal to Tisha. But from what I'm hearing now out here in these internet streets is that, what's her name? Kiki and her husband were supposed to possibly be on the show. Like it was a whole, dinner party to kind of audition people to see how the cast was going to be put together. And apparently this is why Martell and Tisha thought it was very important to tell whatever it was they needed to tell about Kiki. This whole, we had to say something because these are our friends. But from what I understand, Mel knew Kiki first. So that kind of makes it seem like they told whatever her business was to keep her from being on the show. So Kiki is still salty about that. She's trying to walk around. I mean, if that's true, I don't know for sure. But if that is true, I would still be salty too. Why I'm looking at you at the job I was supposed to have, at the position I possibly could have had. I don't know. But, now that nothing to do with Kimmy. Kimmy is a sister-in-law. She's not a cousin. She's not a sister. She's not an auntie. So she don't have the same loyalty. All she needs to do is keep the peace so that her husband is, so they can go have these fake dinners together and stuff that they, seem to like to do. They go back and forth about how things were perceived and what was actually said. At the end of the day, this is why you shouldn't have said anything, Kiki, because you wouldn't be here otherwise. You would not be in this situation had you just said, I'm not going to discuss her, here. She's not even here. You could have left it like that. But no, you wanted to make sure that you got back at her a little bit because you were pissed, and that you cleared Mel's name, which, like I said before, Mel, you ain't really clear because you did that shit. You busted her out on a TV show, and that's why she's mad. Kimmy said, I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. And so she got up and walked away. Like, she was done with that stupid conversation that she should have been. So Kiki, like, tried to, have her moment with Stormy. Stormy wasn't giving it to her. And Kimmy wasn't really giving her a whole lot either. So the Scotts meet up for dinner. Tisha and Marcel, Kimmy and Maurice. It's like, this is the stuff. This is the reason why Kimmy needs to keep the peace. They talk about Wanda acting a fool at Jalen's house. And Kimmy says she was assured that Wanda was going to be on her best behavior. I don't know who assured her that. Did Wanda assure her that? And what is her best behavior? What does that look like? Because we've only seen Wanda be, an asshole. She comes to the party to turn it out. That's what she does. That's why she shows up. So I'm not sure what other behavior you're talking about, because I can guarantee you in all the years that you've known Miss Wanda, she's acted a fool at everywhere or been too much at anything that you've seen her act. She don't know how to shut up. Now she's famous, child. So y'all done created a whole monster. She coming in, guns blazing on sight every time the cameras start rolling. Wanda doesn't have a best behavior. Kimmy wants to ban her from the events. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you ban her from the events, then y'all gotta talk about y'all shit. And I don't think anybody's trying to do that. Marcel said, basically, if Wanda doesn't tighten up, that she banned. And she won't be getting no food truck money. So, he put it out there like he was looking at Tisha like side-eyeing, like, if she keep coming through here and being on the internet running her mouth, oh, she gonna be banned because I'm not about to let her come in my house and, act a fool. And if she think I'm about to give her some money and let her talk shit about me, that's gonna be a no. And I did notice that all of a sudden Miss Wanda's tune has changed a little bit now. Like, she's like, my soul. She ain't have so many bad things to say about him once that food truck situation came into play. And he said it was a dumb, whatever idea he called it. I forget what he said, a waste of time, a dumb, whatever he called it. He don't have no faith in it anyway. He must have ate some of them trash potatoes she was over there baking. So Tisha asked Kimmy, like, so how do you think I should handle the situation? You want Kimmy to tell you how to handle the situation with your mother and your cousin? I don't know how you're gonna do that. Ban your mama. That's the only way you can do it. And you and Kiki, I feel like she was okay with Kiki coming on the show just as her little sidekick. If she's one of those. Tisha's one of those because they're competing. So if you're not my sidekick, then you're on my same level. Now that's the issue. And she does not want Kiki to have the same, as her. And honestly, like, I don't know how she got there, but she's there. And we don't need two Kikis. Do we really need two Kikis? Because both of them are the same. Marcel chimes in with his hocus pocus explanation, trying to explain why Kiki was telling his business to the Holtz, and we had to tell her, and it's because we're not being good friends if we don't tell the Holtz about her. And then he has some weird explanation as to how the way Marcel talks, like you need a calculator. Oh, sorry. Kimmy says she talked to Kiki at Mel's event, and then she explained to her that the company met her. Now I find this interesting because Tisha thought that was like, yeah. So what Kimmy was saying is, you didn't say anything negative. That's not the point. The point is you're having a discussion about Tisha in front of people that she don't fuck with. Just like Mel is mad at Destiny for having a conversation with people she don't fuck with. It's the same thing. I wonder why Tisha is so understanding when it relates to her, but you know, as it relates to Mel, somehow that doesn't equate for her. Marcel said Mel used Kiki as a puppet. I like it. Kiki is a puppet. Kiki is a grown-ass woman that wants to be on a TV show, and Mel let her run it. So that's being a puppet, I guess. Yeah, I'm just, you know, y'all giving Mel way too much credit. All she did was invite the girl. From what I understand, Kiki's been invited to everything. She just wasn't coming because she was being loyal to Tisha, because Tisha's her cousin and she didn't want her to be friends with Mel. What else, child? Well, Marcel declared war on anybody that comes from his family, including Wanda. Look in the mirror, bro. You're the reason why your family's all fucked up. I'm just saying. Because at the end of the day, you went to Africa by yourself. You went on a random trip to Atlanta without telling your wife, and I think that's real messed up, with a friend, Chris, allegedly. I don't know why you would get in the road. That's I don't know, 3-hour drive. They said 3-hour drive. That's 3 hours. Like anything could happen and your wife didn't even know where you was at. But according to her, she could pull up whenever. So she sure looked shocked when she found out that you was actually in Atlanta. Somebody's back and ears was in a hotel room that looked a whole lot like yours. And as bad as Wanda is, she didn't do any of those things. You did all of those things. And then shit got out and Wanda took it back to her daughter, as she should, because if I found out these things, I would take it back to my daughter. Yeah. So it's not actually Wanda that's, you know, trying to destroy your family. It's you, bro. Like maybe you should be careful at the things that, you know, you're so smug. You don't even deny anything, which is crazy. You don't be like, that's ridiculous. You just, you know, batter poor Tisha into apologizing for you for shit that you didn't do. But anyway. So next week seems like Tisha's family, the whole family, I don't know, they had some kind of get together, but it looks like the whole family is coming from Marcel. And you know what? Tisha knew that was going to happen. Like, guess what, Marcel? Tisha's name is on all of the businesses. You better get your act together, man. You might not be as smart as you think you are. So anyway, the whole family is coming from Marcel based on, you know, rumors that are out there on the internet. Now, are we blaming this on Mel too? Is Mel responsible for Tisha's family coming for that ass? We don't know. We'll have to tune in next week and see what happens. But in the meantime, like my video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one.